I'm sure you're like me, you get tired muscles, achy muscles, tight muscles from running or working in the yard or just getting older. And so I'm always open to looking at products that might help relieve and take care of some of those issues. And I've got two from Chirp today that I want to talk to you about. The Chirp RPM Mini Massager and a set of the Chirp Wheels Plus massage wheels. Hi, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner. Thank you for being here today. Now, maybe you've never heard of Chirp, but they were a company started in 2015 with the goal of making well-built, well-designed, easy-to-use products to help with those issues of muscle pain and muscle recovery. And I think they've accomplished that, at least in the products I reviewed today. And their products fit into really two broad categories. They have what I call wheels, massage wheels. The the Wheel Plus I'm going to talk about a little later today. I've got a 3-pack of those to show you. And also the other category is powered. There were things that run on a battery or use some kind of electricity. I'm going to talk about the RPM Mini Massager, which is one of the products in that category, and we're going to talk about it first. Now, just to be clear, this is not a percussion massager. This is a percussion massager. Percussion massager works differently. Percussion massager has this head that oscillates in and out, some amount of amplitude, pounds of force typically, in a much smaller area. It's got, depending on the tip you use, it's got a smaller area that it impacts on your muscle. Now, this is more of a rolling massager. It has a little bit of percussive force we'll talk about in a second, but it's not a percussion massager. And the way this device works, it has 6 free spinning rollers on. These rollers, you can tell, has peaks and valleys. It's kind of scout, and they're free spinning. And they are mounted on, I'll call it an axle for lack of a better thing. And when you turn it on, these 6 rollers spin around. So you can imagine taking these rollers, they're spinning around, they've got these peaks and valleys, these hills and valleys, and rubbing it on your muscles, rubbing it on your arm, rubbing it on your quads or your glutes, and gives you a very nice rolling massage. Now, when I say there's a little bit of percussive force, that's because as the rollers spin around and you get, the hills and valleys, you get a little bit of force. But it's not like a percussion massager. It's totally different. You're getting more of an overall broader massage over a larger area of your body. I get these really tight spots in my calves, and the percussion massager works great for that because I can hone in and get that tight spot. That's a good use for a percussion massager. This is better. We're looking at the whole muscle, massaging the whole muscle, whether it's tight or sore or just achy. Works the whole muscle, gives you a nice massage. You determine how much force you want. You determine how much speed you want. This thing has 3 speeds. Speed 1, you can see a little light up there. Speed 2. Speed 3. And just to note, how much force does this thing apply? Well, I can grab it and stop it, okay? So it's not anything that, you're really going to hurt yourself, although you can hurt yourself with anything. You could really push too hard, but it provides a nice massage to those muscles. Now, this thing has a very ergonomic grip, easy to hold in one hand. It's not really heavy. It's less than 2 pounds. I weighed mine. It weighed 1 pound, 13 ounces. So it's not like it's a heavy weight. You can easily use it on all your muscles, your arms, your quads, your glutes, your shoulders, whatever works best for you. Now, my wife doesn't like percussion massagers. I think because she doesn't like that rapid impact. Not only do they jar, I just don't think she likes it. She's used this thing and she loves it. She was using it yesterday. I wondered where it went. And she was in the room massaging her legs with it. She really likes this thing. It doesn't have that vibrating, impactful force of a percussion massager. So it's an alternative way of massaging your muscles. Let's talk about a few other things about the Chirp Mini. First is battery life. Now, it's advertised at 4 hours. I did not test that. So let's just take it at face value that that's pretty close to what it really is. The only, and I even hate to use the word complaint I have, it's not really a complaint, but it is an observation that when you use this, there's no separate battery indicator lights. You have no idea how much battery power you have left when you're using it. One exception though, and that is when the battery life gets low, very low, these 3 speed lights on the front will turn red. Until that time, you don't know. The only way you can find out is to plug it in the charger. You plug in the charger, then these 3 speed lights on the front now act as a battery life indicator. So you plug it in, maybe 2 lights are solid, one's flashing, you've got about 2/3 of your battery life left. And then when it's fully charged, all 3 lights will be solid. So it's the only, if I were to have a complaint, that would be it. But again, it's very minor. It's not a deterrent from the device, just something to be aware of should you purchase it. So what comes in the box? Well, obviously you get the mini massager. You get a soft shell carrying case if you want to put it in there. You get a USB charging cord. Now this has USB-A on one end and USB-C on the other. So I like this USB-C. And of course, you get the cursory little manual. It gives you some basic instruction, basic guidance, shows how you might use it. And of course, it's got the warnings on it, as you would expect. And there's warnings on this. Now, as I mentioned, let me just cover one here that I was concerned about, and that is, can I get my fingers in here? Well, the way these rollers are with the hills interlacing in the valleys of the next roller, at least an adult, you can't get your fingers in there. I don't know about a young child. Maybe they could get their finger pinched in there, but this is not for children. But as an adult, you're not going to get your fingers in there. Now, they do caution you about not using this on your head, your face, your neck. I would interpret their warnings as nothing above the shoulders, or using it on your genitals. Who would use this on their genitals? I mean, that's really rough. So anyway, just a few warnings. They also caution you around hair and loose clothing. I assume, strands of hair could get caught in here. Piece of loose clothing maybe could, although there's not a lot of clearance in there. But certainly I can see where hair can get in there. Just a few minor warnings. Again, I think it's very easy to use. Works well. It really feels good. As I said, my wife loves it. Now, one thing I've said in my percussion massage videos is one thing I have found is they work very well before a run, before exercise. There's actually research to support using a percussion massager before a run or before exercise can help reduce delayed onset muscle soreness. Muscle soreness, you got better. As far as I know, there's no studies on this type of massage device, but I think it's a good device to use before a run or before exercise. Work up those muscles, wake them up, get the blood flowing. It's kind of be part of your warm-up. Consider it part of your warm-up. Works very well for that. I like doing it before a run. Now, will help with muscle soreness. Again, it's not been studied, but I don't see any reason why it wouldn't help with that if a percussion massager does also. So let's move on and talk about the Wheel Plus. Now, I've got the set that they call their Wheel Plus, and it's a 3-piece set with 3 diameters, 10 inches, 6 inches, and 4 inches. And think foam roller, only better. Now the Wheel Plus is specifically designed, as I would interpret, for back. So why is that? Well, when you use a foam roller on your back, what happens? It's a broad thing, and it rolls on hit your spine, hit your shoulder blades. Doesn't really work those muscles on either side of your spine very well because the spine's in the way and the shoulder blades are in the way. So what they've done with the Wheel Plus is they have made it only 5 inches wide. Being 5 inches wide, fits between your shoulder blades. Another thing they have, and hopefully you can see it here, they have what they call the spinal canal. So there's a recess in the inside here, fits over your spine. So the outside of the wheel can massage those muscles. The first time I used this, I sat next to it and rolled back on it, and my back went crack, 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 crack. It just really popped all my muscles. Did a very nice job. Felt very good. So these wheels are all built the same way. They have this hard inner hard plastic ring. The website says it can hold up to 500 pounds. I didn't test that, and I don't want to test that. But for my 190 pounds, it worked just fine. And then it's got this 11 millimeter thick foam. It's a little spongy, provides some cushioning when it's on your back. So the 10-inch one is good for just broad general muscle relief on your back, rolling on it up and down your spine. The 6-inch one, of course, being a little smaller diameter, is going to be a little more focused force on your back. So if you got some tight muscles or sore muscles in your back, using the 6-inch would work those a little harder, might help those a little better. And of course, we have the 4-inch, which you could use on your back, if you have a really tight spot. They also show using it on your neck, not so much rolling on your neck, but say you lay on the floor, put this underneath your neck and just kind of move your head up and down and left and right. It caused my neck to crack. And what comes in this box, of course, you get the three rings, of course, but you get this little manual. This little manual shows some different ways of using it, how you might want to use it, different ways that you might use it. Now, even though this thing's forte is the back, you don't have to just use it on the back. You can use it on other parts of your body. I've used a 6-inch on my IT band. I like the smaller one, the 4-inch one on my feet. Feels really good. So they can be used on other parts of your body, but they really work very well on your back. They're designed really very nicely for your back. Now, on both these products, of course, there's more information on the Chirp website. I'll put links down below. The RPM Mini Massage retails for $149.99 on the Chirp site. The 3-piece wheel set, and they have other sets. You can buy wheels separate. You can buy, they have a 4-piece set, and they have other kinds of wheels. But this 3-piece set retails for $99.99. Now, if you're interested in these products, I do have a 10% discount code I can offer you. That's Ageless Runner. That works on the Chirp website for your entire order. So even if you get other products or different products, you get 10% off. And I do have that down in the description. Now, these two products are on Amazon. You could go buy these two on Amazon, but that discount code does not work on Amazon, only on the Chirp website. Again, check the description for the website link and the discount code. Now, a couple other things. If you have money in your HSA or FSA account, you can use those to pay for these. That's also on their website. They have a 30-day feel-good guarantee. In other words, you try these products for 30 days, you don't like them, your body's not happy with them, return them back, no questions asked. And there's also, of course, a warning. There's a 1-year warning. And as I record this again in October 2024, you have $75 or more, you get free shipping. So you can get free shipping on both these products. So I think these products do what they claim. They work well. They feel good. They made me feel good. My wife likes them. She's used them too. So again, if you're interested, I'll have links down below. Feel free to check them out. Check out the website. I would recommend these products. If you're looking for additional relief, your muscle tightness, muscle soreness, want something other than a foam roller, want something other than just a percussion massager, these products may be of interest to you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay strong and happy running.